Two children vanished in a single day. Their mother was left dead, and the man suspected of killing her walked across an international border and never came back. On July 8th, 2024, Mateo and Athena Lee disappeared from Sacramento, California. That same day, their father, Camron Lee, was allegedly seen crossing into Mexico. Within hours, a family was shattered. Within days, a murder warrant was issued. And now, months later, the questions are still piling up. How does a man wanted for murder leave the United States with a child and not get arrested? How does that happen in an era of surveillance cameras, border checks, and international databases? And why, after all this time, is Athena Lee still missing? This isn't just a missing children case. It's a homicide investigation. It's an alleged international escape. And it's a story filled with gaps that feel too large to ignore. According to the FBI's Sacramento Field Office, Mateo and Athena Lee may be in the company of their father, Camron Lee, who is wanted for the murder of their mother. The FBI is now offering a reward of up to $25,000 for information leading to his arrest and conviction. Rewards like that are not announced casually. They suggest urgency. They suggest danger. And they suggest that investigators believe someone somewhere knows more than they're saying. Because people don't disappear like this on their own. To understand how this case reached such a disturbing standstill, you have to slow down the timeline. July 8th, 2024, the day the children vanished. The same day Camron Lee was allegedly last seen crossing into Mexico. No days in between. No cooling off period. Just immediate movement. That timing raises a chilling question. Did he know he was about to be wanted? Was this a spontaneous flight driven by panic? Or was it a calculated escape plan in advance, with resources already in place? Because crossing an international border, especially with a child, almost always leaves a trail. Documents, vehicles, surveillance footage, witnesses, digital records. And yet, Camron Lee made it across. So where did the system fail? Was the arrest warrant issued too late? Were border alerts delayed by hours, or even minutes? Was critical information not entered into national or international databases fast enough to stop him? In cases like this, timing isn't just important, it's everything. One missed update, one unflagged name, one unchecked crossing, and a suspect is gone. But even that explanation doesn't answer everything. If Camron Lee crossed legally, who checked his documents? If he crossed illegally, who guided him? Smugglers don't move people for free. Someone had to help. Someone had to arrange transportation, provide money, offer shelter, or keep quiet afterward. So who helped him? Was it family members who believed they were protecting a father and his children? Friends who didn't ask questions or didn't want the answers? Neighbors who noticed something strange but chose silence? Or strangers who saw an opportunity and took it? And then there's a question many are reluctant to ask. Could someone inside the system have hesitated? Not corruption, not conspiracy, but delay, confusion, a moment where urgency didn't move fast enough. Once across the border, the questions only multiply. Mexico is vast. Cities blur into countryside. New identities are easy to adopt when no one knows who you are or doesn't care. A person with money, help, and motivation can disappear quickly. But disappearing with a child is different. Children need food, medical care, schooling. They're seen. They talk. They ask questions. Which brings us back to the most disturbing question of all. Where's Athena Lee? If Athena is still with her father, how has she not been located? No confirmed sightings. No verified tips. No public confirmation that she is safe. Just silence. And what about Mateo? Why has public focus shifted more heavily toward Athena? Is it because investigators believe the children may have been separated? If so, when did that happen and why? Was it intentional? Did something go wrong during the escape? Or is there information investigators are withholding to protect the case? In true crime investigations, silence is never empty. It's filled with strategy, uncertainty, and fear. Camron Lee remains wanted for murder. Months later, he is still free. Still hidden, still out of reach. Is it because he's constantly moving? Because he has reliable support? because he blended into a place where no one is looking, or no one wants to look too closely? Or is the truth simpler and more troubling, that the first critical hours were lost? Those early hours after a violent crime determine everything. They decide whether borders close or stay open, whether suspects are boxed in or allowed to vanish. And once that window closes, it rarely reopens. This case forces an uncomfortable reality into the light. Modern systems are powerful, but they are not flawless. They depend on speed, communication, and human decision-making. When any one of those fails, the consequences can be permanent. Someone helped, someone hesitated, or someone looked the other way. And someone knows where Athena Lee is. Until those answers surface, this case remains unresolved. Mateo and Athena Lee are still missing. Camron Lee is still wanted for murder. And the trail that began in Sacramento now stretches far beyond a single city, and far beyond a single country. If you've watched this and felt that lingering sense that something doesn't add up, you're not alone. Unresolved cases stay with us because they are unfinished. Because the smallest detail, something someone dismissed, forgot, or chose not to share, is often what breaks them open. If you know something, even if it feels insignificant, ask yourself why it has stayed with you. Because somewhere, a child is still waiting to be found. And until the truth finally comes out, this story isn't over. Subscribe for more unresolved true crime stories. And tell us your theory in the comments.